good time. Let us jump and shout for joy. We wanna have a good time. Let us sing and clap our hands. We wanna have a good time. Let us jump and shout for joy. We wanna have a good time. Let us sing and clap our hands. Ask your people to ring on. 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 Ask your people to ring
Hello. My name is Miss Monet. I'm a neo-traditional artist from Mama Liberia. I showcase our Liberian culture and tradition to the rest of the world. And today, you are watching Across Africa TV network.
Hey, come on in. Welcome to Libtalks,
where we discuss all the issues, especially the tough ones.
Where does it happen? Live, of course.
Here on Across Africa's Facebook page and on Libtalks Facebook page.
Every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Miss the show? Watch it again on our YouTube channel, Libtalks.
Hi, I am Eva and I am spunky and bold.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'm nice, but don't get it twisted.
Hi, I'm Hawa and I give it to you straight.
Hi, my name is Rose Short, and I speak with a passion.
Hey, it's Ivis, the fun girl.
All right. You guys are all here. Come on, guys.
Muted. Muted.
Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to LIB Talks. Happy LIB.
There you are.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yes.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's LIB Talks Friday. We want to welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us. As you all may notice, today we are all wearing black in solidarity of every person who has suffered domestic violence out there. We want to say that we stand with you and your family and your loved ones, and we are keeping this family in our prayers today. We know that someone's life was lost a few days ago, but as the result of a domestic violence. So I just want everyone to know that we are praying with you here at LIB Talks. We are keeping you in our prayers. And I hope that you have watched our previous shows on domestic violence, that you will know the steps and you will know when to leave. And we are praying that God will be with you and your family and that you will stay safe. Thank you all again for joining us today. Today, we've got an interesting show for you this evening. If Aloha was the Une Hawaii word that you knew, well, guess what? Today you're learning a few more. We must drop some knowledge for some of y'all, for some of our viewers today, but we're going to do our best to not take our trousers off, okay? Let's visit a country who have a courage. Let me tell you, if this country can name a food yasa, you want to know what country we're talking about. But lastly, we're going to have a guy on here today. He'll be giving us his perspective on intercultural dating, and hopefully some of us can take some sense out of it and hopefully apply it to our current relationship or the relationships that we're thinking about getting into. All right, so welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. How's everyone doing? How was your week, everybody?
Ooh, hectic.
Rose,
was great.
please, Rose.
Hectic week.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but when I was a little girl, we had when someone said Rita.
Riddle, I think.
Riddle.
That's when somebody now they want you to pretty much think about the possible answers to something. So when you say riddle, I have a little story for y'all, and maybe y'all can try to figure this out. So a man went to sleep one night, and he's sleeping and he's dreaming about being chased by a lion. So he climbs in the tree. Once he's up in the tree, he realized that there's a snake in the tree. That's my worst fear. So let me just tell you, I can really imagine. So the snake starts running after this man to bite this man. And so then he ties a rope on one of the branches of the tree. This is all in his dream now. He ties the rope and he starts to let himself down. Then he looked down and he saw that there was an alligator waiting in the water. So the snake is running after the man. He running away from a lion. He get in the tree. The snake start running after him. He tied a rope on the branch to try to come down. He see that there's an alligator in the water waiting for him. He looks up to see if he's going to go back up. And guess what he noticed? There's a rat up that is biting the rope. Then the man looks back down. He said, wait. So now the question remains, what is the man going to do? Or what do you think the man should do to escape that situation? Ladies?
Well, I already know the answer, so I'm not going to answer.
I have no clue.
Y'all gotta partake. Y'all gotta guess some answers.
That's up in the air.
Well, it seems like anything he's doing, he's stupid.
He's SOL.
Yes.
Yes,
I think I'll let the rat get me. The rat is the less dangerous.
That's dangerous.
I think you should throw the snake towards the tree, towards the rat.
Y'all, all of this is happening in his dream. Think about it.
Oh, his.
Well, for me, the easy response would be to just get up. But
Right.
let me give you another scenario. How about since when snake eat something, they're already full and they go to sleep? How about you throw the rat to the snake? When the snake eat the rat, you throw the snake to the alligator, and the alligator get distracted, and then you climb down and go ahead.
And the answer is wake up.
That's what I said that.
Okay. Wake up.
All right, everybody.
That's too much.
Please
I like that.
Remember your share to your pages. Invite other people to come and watch us today. Also, remember to leave your comments and be a part of everything that we're talking about today. We'll also like to let you guys know that we will be taking calls later on in the show. So don't leave. Stay tuned. We got a great show ahead of us. All right, Miss Ivis.
Ooh, Lord, y'all ready to learn some new words? Hawaiian pidgin. Are y'all ready?
Yes, we are.
So the world is a melting pot where different cultures come together to mix and at times mingle. Sometimes for the good, but not always for the better. Either way, it's an opportunity to learn from each other. We are all saying the same things. We just have a different way of saying it. Every country, city, and some boroughs have their own colloquialism or slangs or pidgin to some. They have their special way of understanding each other, even if the rest of the world doesn't. So on this segment of, it's colloquia, we will be sharing colloquialism from around the globe so you too can be hip to the slangs. So y'all ready to get into this?
Yes.
Today we'll be learning colloquia from Hawaii, right? So it's called Hawaiian Pidgin or Hawaiian Pidgin English, whatever. So Hawaii, just give you a little quick rundown. Hawaiian Pidgin English is an English-based Creole language spoken in Hawaii. More than half of Hawaii's population speaks their Pidgin English. So if you are one of those in Hawaii who speaks Pidgin English and regular Hawaiian English, you are considered bilingual. Isn't that awesome?
Wow.
Yeah. So here's a few words that stuck out to me. So usually, you want to see someone off and they're leaving, you're like, Kaden, right? Sometimes you're like, okay then, bye. Okay then, so it's Kaden. That's how they say, see you later, bye, Kaden. Then you have another one is you meant all of what? You meant all of what? Are you crazy? Are you stupid? Are you dumb or what? Like somebody getting on your nerves, you meant all of what, right? And then there's like lickings. Y'all want to guess what that means? Because I like lickings. I don't know. Y'all like lickings? I do. You want a spanking, right? So if you say that to a little kid, they're acting up like lickings. You ready to spank them? I also heard that they get some of this pidgin from patois too, the Jamaicans. But anyway, it's a melting pot. But then there's you like scrap or like beef. You want to fight. In America, people say, "Oh, you got beef with someone," means you got a problem with somebody. But they say like beef, like scrap. You want to get it popping. What? You want to fight? I ain't got time to talk it. Like beef. What? Okay. So here's something else that they do that's kind of similar to our culture in Liberia. They call older people, especially when they see them in the street, they call them auntie or uncle. And sometimes they even say ente, like we say ente, so it's a form of respect. So anybody you see out in the street in Hawaii, so if y'all ever travel to Hawaii, you see somebody, that's your uncle, that's your auntie, out of respect. Doesn't mean it's your real uncle or auntie, okay? Anyway, another one is yeah. It's like confirmation when you're talking. I hate when kids answer yeah, but theirs isn't yeah, like yes. It's like you say something like, you want coffee? Yeah. You like yellow? Yeah. Red is your favorite color? Yeah. So it's like you're answering your own question. I don't know why, but that's just that. And then there's another one called Hanabata days. Hanabata days is like your childhood days, things that you did when you were a kid, you know. So let's say like y'all talking about something and, you know, maybe someone like, oh, remember when you used to pick your boogers? Those are your Hanabata days, girl. Remember when you used to pee in bed? Hanabata days, okay? And then lastly, there's choke. I like to get choked. Oh, wow. But
I can when you
choke in Hawaiian language, in Hawaiian means a lot. So you can have a lot of friends. Like, oh, you got choker friends. Oh, you got choker friends. And I'll be like, yeah, I like choke. Not friends.
No way.
Yeah. But anyway, for more Hawaiian slangs and pidgin, you can subscribe to this girl called Hawaii Mommy on YouTube. She gives good information. She's really good at helping you learn the slangs and whatever. And if you ever want to travel to or visit or even relocate to Hawaii, you can check her out. She has a lot of videos to help you out. So learn something new. Choke me.
Well, thank you. I definitely need today. I'm using it when I go to Hawaii.
Choke is going to be my new word.
how about spanking? I like that. Spanking.
Like licking.
Well, thank you guys. I hope y'all learned something for Ivis today, because y'all all know we travel to Hawaii a whole lot. So hope we all can use some of these languages that we have learned. All right. Now we are going to go to Miss Jennifer.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to get our viewers' insight. So here at Libtalks, our viewers are the single most important thing to us. We value your opinion, your suggestions, and your comments. As much as we want to inspire, invoke, and encourage, we are here to learn. Our opinions are often based on our life experiences, so therefore, we will not agree on every matter. So, we will choose a specific viewer to acknowledge. It may be something new they teach or simply a suggestion or comment. So today's viewer's insight comes from a viewer by the name of Osiris Yinawe Goa.
Oh, girl, I like
Okay, I hope I'm saying your name right, Mr. Goa. Thanks for watching and engaging with us. Our last week's segment on Fresh Off the Stand, we had a discussion about young ladies calling themselves sexy girls. You commented, and I quote, I think it is very interesting. It is a very interesting topic. However, in order to enforce the preventive methods prescribed here tonight, parents have to be self-aware of their dress code around their kids. As we all know, kids mimic and imitate what they see oftentimes. Just my candid input. So, Mr. Goa, I agree with you that the kids mimic what they see. However, we have to remember that kids have to be kids. It's okay for an adult to dress sexy. As parents, we need to remind the kids that when they are adults, they can dress however they want, but not as a child.
period.
And so we thank you. We appreciate your input. And keep everybody, remember, if you comment today, there's a chance that we might pick you up for our viewers' insight. And that is all.
Well, thank you again. We really do appreciate all of your input. Please continue to comment, get involved, share. Stay tuned. There's more later on. We'll be discussing intercultural dating. I know you're all wondering who our special guest is. Yes, we want to hear from him on his perspective about dating outside of our norm just stepping out, getting to know other people, experiencing other things, and you want to learn a little bit from him. So stay tuned, okay? Don't leave yet, and I hope you're sharing. All right, Miss Ivis.
Ooh, child. Ooh. I'm going to talk about fresh off this stand, honey. Any hoot. If you're a music head like myself, then you like all music, no matter what genre or what artist, okay? It is more about how the music makes you feel at the moment. When you have those blue days and you feel sad or depressed, you might put on the Brandy track. Then there are days you feel happy for no reason and decide to listen to some EDM, that's that house music. Boom, boom. So you put on some Calvin Harris track, right? What about when you finally walk away from that no good bastard and decide to play Jasmine Sullivan's, what's her name? Jasmine Sullivan's I Bust the Windows Out Your Car. Try me. Be honest, right? Don't it make you feel better after that? Well, there are those other times you just feel like thugging it out to some Tupac or letting the straight ratchetness come out. I do that a lot. I mean, either way, it's okay. One of my favorite songs to listen to when I'm in the thotty mood, and which is only for my man, y'all, is Love in Your Mouth by Kilo Ali. If you're a true ATA alien, then you know what's up. You know that love in your mouth. Anyways, this is a daytime show. But we celebrate these types of songs in the US. But when our own Liberian brother steps out of the box, it's an issue. So I read a post on Chichipule Room on Instagram about the Liberian Music Union allegedly banning panto music, right? The details weren't enough to go off, but from some of the comments, it seemed that he was banned or allegedly banned because of his explicit lyrics. This was very interesting to me, so I wanted to get your opinions on this, So the first question I have is, why, y'all listen to Cardi B, right? Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Lil Kim, Foxy Brown, R. Kelly, Chris Brown, those people that, they got explicit lyrics, songs. Y'all listen to them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
yes, we do.
Yeah, so why? Okay, first let me ask, what about their songs do y'all like? What about the songs?
Sometimes obviously the wordings and how you're feeling. I remember when I broke up with somebody,
I'm in.
I was singing Vivian Grain, there's a strange rain in my house. So that's how I was feeling at the time. Like, wait, we're supposed to know each other. Like, why are you acting like a stranger now? The lyrics, okay?
Okay. What about anybody else? Like, what do y'all like? Because Nicki, and then y'all heard that new song with Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B, WAP. We're not gonna say what it means. No.
We have. And another song I like is that's Cardi B about You Don't Know Me. What's the song? I forgot the song name, but it says you don't want to mess with me.
The red bottom shoes?
The red bottom shoes.
Yes, that's my song. I think I like it. I was in a low thing with a bunch of girls, and I was like, it was not.
What about the raunchy? Remember when R. Kelly used to sing a lot of freaky songs?
Yes.
I don't see nothing wrong
with a little bump and run.
Why are you so quiet tonight?
We like this song, right?
Genuine.
Yes. Pony.
Genuine. Pony.
Yeah. Right now. Okay. So my thing is, do y'all listen to a lot of Liberian music?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Yes, I do.
Familiar with a lot of the artists?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
I know the song, but I don't know the name who sang the song.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not really familiar with a lot of Liberian artists, but I know that recently, this artist, the Ponto guy that we're talking about, who allegedly was banned. I don't know this new song, the you Nazi woman, you go take our chasa.
Take our chasa.
Yeah.
Take our chasa.
And then he has Street Commandments. I eat a Jew.
I eat a Jew.
There's many.
I eat a Jew.
And then the song he talk about.
Oh yeah.
Inside flocka, right? So I guess this is the problem.
Yes.
That people are having.
What is that? He's gonna flock her?
I don't know which song it is now. All of this is alleged.
You have to listen to the song.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all flocka. When you go inside, all you hear is flocka.
I can't.
Was he the one that sang Hopojo?
I don't know.
Yes. Street Commandments.
Yes. Don't Hopojo.
Yes.
So I think you see how we're laughing
That's
about
an I just that's an I rip, just an I old Hopojo.
That's how I look. That's how I listen to some of the lyrics. I feel like it's something that I would have said, so it's kind of funny. I don't think it's offensive. I feel like some of the lyrics are just a little bit too funny. Like, why would they be singing about stuff like that?
So I guess the issue that people are having, I guess, if what happened was alleged, allegedly, if it did happen, is that it's too explicit. But my thing is, don't we enjoy people like Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj? I mean, so why are we having a problem with our Liberian artists wanting to step outside of the box and do something different?
Mm-hmm.
Why do y'all think that is? Why?
I think one of the reasons would be because the music play in the streets where the kids walk after school. They always have music playing in the streets and kids are walking from school. Like when I was there 2017, kids they're dancing in the street with the music that's playing at the CD box or whatever. So maybe they have to do with that too. The way the publicized music in Liberia is not like here. Yeah, YouTube in your car, you don't hear people playing music on the street and people walking around. So I think that could be one of the problems. That could be one of the issues.
But they said they're banning it from radio, which I mean, for me, doesn't have a lot of cuss words in his song. But when you go back, and I was thinking about this today, I was thinking about the song. I don't know, I'm a little bit older than some of y'all, some people, but I know the song by Clarence Thomas called Stroking.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And I took it to the
go to Liberian parties, you hear them playing that song, the lyric song. All the Oman, everybody can get up to that song and be dancing to Stroking. Mm-hmm. So when you compare Stroking to what Panto is singing, what's the difference? Clarence Thomas is talking about a whole bunch of things in that song. So for you to say you're gonna ban, one of his songs. I've listened to all of them, just about all of them. Maybe Speaking in Tongues. That song. Just a little bit.
Y'all making me think about a song from back in the day. Our parents used to listen to it. The song means something different. However, if you hear it, you're thinking about something. I guess if your mind is dirty, it's you got to lick it in order to stick it. Right.
Oh yes, that song every party. I know the song you're talking about.
One time I heard it, I was like, "What?"
Yep.
Like,
I have no problem with that song. The
woman be dancing. You got to lick it in order to stick it. Like, okay.
The thing is, I think a lot of these older people forget that they were once young. Okay.
Right.
They forget that they were once young and you enjoyed these types of music. And
Right.
so let the new generation enjoy their type of music. You know, at the end of the day, if you don't want your kids listening to it, monitor them. You understand?
Exactly.
Monitor them. That's all it is. But you know, I feel like this is the reason, in my opinion, that Liberian music has not reached the pinnacle of success like Ghanaian and Nigerian music has, because we're so worried about, oh my gosh, you can't say that. Oh my gosh, you can't do that. You can't, you know, at the end of the day, music is universal. All right. It is universal. It speaks to everybody in different ways. So if it's something that you're not for, I mean, I listen to a lot of tech. I listen to a lot of house music. I listen to a lot of Taylor Swift. And people think I'm weird for it because for whatever reason, I'm not supposed to be African and black and listen to that type of music. Wrong. Poop. Whatever. I love me some Taylor Swift, okay? Because she speaks. That girl takes everything that's on my mind and inside of me, writes it, and she sings about it. All right. So y'all need to let this boy be and let him have his artistry. Stop taking his artistry away from him, okay? If you don't like it, don't listen to it. I don't like WAP. I don't. I hate that song.
You don't like it?
I don't. For me, I just do not like that song at all. And I'm not going to say, oh, because it's raunchy and blah, blah, blah. The reason I don't like it is because they're not rappers to me. Like, I don't like their type of rapping. I like Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, back in those days, Queen Latifah. Those were lyricists to me, okay? And I'm heavy on music. That's just me. So, I mean,
and I think if Liberian people want to be protected,
you know what? He reminds me of. He is the Luke. I don't know if anybody remember Luke from the 80s and 90s.
Oh yeah.
The rapper Luke.
With an open teeth.
Yeah, he reminds me. It's like back then when they were all on Luke, and for his lyrics and his songs and stuff like that. I think he's going through the similar situation in the Liberian industry. I mean, when Luke did Me So Horny, I mean that was like whew. Yeah, I remember, and I think that's why they start putting explicit lyrics and stuff on a lot of things and whatsoever. But for me, he was actually on talk show yesterday with Lady J from Everything Liberia, and he's a very intelligent man. Yeah. When you listen to him and you hear what he's saying, he's very intelligent. He is not just some little street kid off the street or whatever. He's well spoken and he's very intelligent. So that's his artistic side, and you can't suppress that. You know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's singing all these songs and stuff like that, but they're like, bro, oh man, all the things they can be doing in that bedroom that they want to book and sing about. I mean, come on now.
Not even in the bedroom. Not even in the bedroom.
But no, our parents
and stuff. They need to stop. Need a little children and little old men to lead a little baby.
Oh Jesus!
You want to be stopping things? Find your senator and tell them to lead the people little children in.
Oh. All right. We ain't politicking, okay? All right, so anybody else has anything to say about that? So anyway, just to close this up, Liberia, the music industry is struggling enough as it is. That's how I feel. You guys are struggling enough as it is. Let people show their artistry, and because something's going to hit one day, and one of those songs or music or something is going to open the way for everyone else. So stop, please, let them be. If this actually did happen. Oh, but you watched the stuff, right, Eva? So was it, I tried to watch, but I couldn't. So was it a fact that actually did happen?
Yeah. Oh, about the interview.
It wasn't like, oh, go ahead, Rose, you're saying something?
No, go ahead, go ahead. No, she's asking about the interview. Go ahead.
I didn't hear too much of it because his thing was going in and out. But the last part I've heard, it's like he kind of feels like he's being held back a little bit by the industry and being supported by not just the industry but Liberians. And he was talking about how people will, take the songs and play it other places, but to go on YouTube and subscribe, or even to buy the songs on iTunes, that's a problem, especially in our community, in support of that way. But he did say a little bit about what was going on, but he didn't disclose too much.
All right. Eva is having some technical difficulties, but I will say that I think that Liberian music has come a long way, and we still have a long way to go. But we all have to embrace and support. I think the major issue is just the lack of support. Let's support our music industry. Liberians, we are talented. So take advantage of the talents that we have and not take it to somewhere else. I see a lot of our artists trying to go to another country, particularly Nigeria, to show their talents. Let's use it to build our own country. But it starts with us supporting each other, supporting the music industry. That's where it starts.
Right.
So, Ivis, thank you for that information. I'm not sure if you guys were on last week, but we have a Q&A currently going on our page. You have an opportunity to ask us, each of us, a question, but you must subscribe to our YouTube channel. So you're going to subscribe, go onto our page, LIB Talks on Facebook, and you'll get more details. But you must subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the answers. I know you want to know more about us. You want to ask us some questions that we don't get to answer on the show. Come on, but you cannot send it to our inboxes. It has to be on our LIB Talks Facebook page. All right. Eva, are we traveling somewhere?
We are about to travel. We're going on a trip. We're going.
Where we going?
Do you guys know where we're going on a trip?
Where we going?
We are going to Guinea.
Guinea.
Yes, we're going to Guinea. Yes, everybody. Now, welcome to the Traveler's Guide. This is part of the show where us and you, our viewers, board a virtual plane to a new destination, somewhere you rarely hear about, somewhere you've never been and might want to travel, or that place the media paints as a slum or a wildlife meeting place. But wonder no more. Buckle up your seatbelts and let's explore its beauty and the beast or not. Nice. Well, today we're going to Guinea. Guinea gained its independence from France in 1958. But they did not hold any democratic elections until 1993, when the general Lassana Conté, he was the head of the military government, was elected president of the civilian government. Guinea is considered to be like a Muslim country, and they possess a lot of major minerals, hydropower, agricultural and resources. And the country possesses over 30% of the world's bauxite reserves, and is the second largest bauxite producer. One cool thing, there's a school in Guinea for underprivileged children, which is for acrobatics. So several years ago, local activists and 2 UNICEF consultants and embassy staff created an acrobatic school for kids, and they recruit children, and now they have 125 children in the various ages in the school. Wow. All right, on to food. Y'all know I love food. Excuse me if I don't say some of these words right. So one of the they have in Guinea is called, I Not potatoes, patatis. Patatis, yes. It's fried sweet potatoes that's served on the side of the road. I love sweet potato fries, basically. That's what it is. Now, jus de bisou. That's juice that's made from the dried hibiscus flower or sorrel flower and sugar. And then yassa chicken, pole yassa. It's chicken cooked in a sauce made from onions and tomatoes. And I think it's boule. It's rice and a corn, like a mush corn, cereal mush that they serve during Ramadan. Okay, this one here, Konki Tore Belly. This one is a spicy dish or sauce that's made from fish, tomatoes. It has okra and it has other spices in there. So, from what it looks like, I would like to try it. Now, Guinea, as you all know, borders, with Liberia. But I didn't know this fact, but Guinea has a Mount Nimba. It's located at a height of 5,700 feet and is views from the sea and the clouds from the mountains. And Mount Guinea goes across Liberia and it goes across Ivory Coast. So I didn't know that, but that's something I know. Another to visit in Guinea. Guinea has a lot of nice beaches, like how we have good beaches. Guinea has really good beaches. It's Cape Verga. It's a great place for beach lovers. There are many beaches in the area, and you'll completely fall in love with the place. It's absolutely beautiful. Me, I'm talking Jedi. I've been to the people place. I've been there. But anyway, and then as I stated earlier, Conakry, Guinea is basically Muslim, and they have the Conakry Grand Mosque, and it's one of the largest mosques on the continent of Africa, and it resulted from the collaboration between the first president of the country and the Saudi Arab king. That's what the mosque came about. Now, 1982, the mosque featured slandered nets and can accommodate 2,500 visitors inside, plus another $12,500 and on the Esplanade. So it's a pretty large mosque. Another place to visit is Fonti Gelon, which is a combination. It has grasslands, peaks, canyons, and every other activity in the area of the region. And also Guinea has some great national parks that they have. So, like with Liberia, some of our countries, we don't see it as places to visit as destinations. So some of these places, when you look at them, you can skip that expensive plane ticket to Bora Bora. Just go to Guinea, Liberia, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Nigeria. You enjoy yourself, yeah. And that's it. We have been Guinea.
I have been to Guinea, Eva, and I enjoy my time there. I just didn't know that they had all these other things that I could have done. But again, I was a little kid when I was there with my parents. So I couldn't enjoy as much as I would now if I go there. But you heard it. We learned a lot about Guinea today. I'm going to make sure I go back. But Guinea is beautiful. So we're going to take a little break. Don't go anywhere. I know you are waiting to hear what our special guest has to say. I almost said his name, but I'm not letting that out yet. What our special guest has to say about interracial dating. I know you have been waiting for it, and we're going to be right back after these questions so we can speak with our special guest. I know you're waiting. Don't wait too long. We'll be right back.
Hello. My name is Miss Monet. I'm a neo-traditional artist from Mama Liberia. I showcase our Liberian culture and tradition to the rest of the world. And today, you are watching Across Africa TV network.
Hey everyone, my name is Varo. I'm a singer and a songwriter. Welcome to Across Africa Network, your home of information, discussion, sports, entertainment, and many more.
Hey, come on in. Welcome to Libtalks,
where we discuss all the issues, especially the tough ones.
Where does it happen? Live, of course.
Here on Across Africa's Facebook page and on Libtalks Facebook page.
Every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Miss the show? Watch it again on our YouTube channel, Libtalks.
Hi, I am Eva.
And I am Spunky and Gold.
Hi,
I'm Jennifer. I'm nice.
Hi, I'm
Hawa. And I give it to you straight. Hi, my name is Bonjour, and I speak with a passion.
Hey, it's Isis.
Fun girl.
Welcome back. Thank you. If you're just joining us today, we are talking about intercultural dating. Welcome back to the show. We encourage your comment and share, get involved in the conversation. Now we're going to go to Rose. What do you have for us today?
Hello, guys. How you guys doing? So today we have a special guest. By the name of Alex Jones, commonly known as Choo Choo. He's supposed to be on the show today. Is he? So we are talking about intermarriage and interrelationship. So it has become much more common as social norm regarding marriage have changed. In the early generation, it was very uncommon and socially frowned upon to marry someone from another race or religion. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I couldn't find statistics from Liberia, but in the U.S., I got a statistics says it have been 15% of all marriages in the United States that have been intermarriage. 5.4 million intermarriage households in the U.S. Since the 80s, it was around 70%. So we would like to welcome our guest, Mr. Alex Jones. Hello.
Welcome, Alex.
Hi, Alex. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome.
Hi. It's good to be here.
So
That smile.
We would like you to introduce yourself.
Well, cheers to you guys, okay? Cheers to all of you.
Oh, thank you.
You guys are doing a great job, and it's good to have this kind of discussion, and I really support the channel, and that's why I decided to appear and promote it. It's very informative, educational, and it's very sexy as well. So thanks for having this show.
I see.
Thank you.
So Alex, the first question of this discussion would like to know what do you think are advantage or disadvantage of being in an intercultural relationship?
Well, first, I would like to start off with a very short poem where it says, "A million stars up in the sky, one shines brighter, I can't deny. A love so precious, a love so true, love that comes from me to you." So it's one of the greatest poems. So to answer your question, again, it's nice to see you, Miss Rose Joyce. It's beautiful as always. My bestie. Good to see
Thank you.
Shala. But the first thing I think when it comes to intercultural or any dating is love. Right?
Alex, you kind of going in and out. Hello?
Well, while we're waiting for Alex, we'll go ahead and answer we'll go ahead and answer and talk, just discuss those questions.
Ourselves, yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Alex, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, I can hear you.
Going in and out. I'm sorry.
And so the question is, how strong is your love? If your love is strong enough, then it will transcend language, it will transcend religion, it will transcend culture. So, I know, it's nice to find someone attractive in another culture or in another part of the world. But the question is, already be prepared to say, I'm prepared to leave my family or my own culture and translate. So that's the biggest thing between dating people of different cultures than dating people in your own culture.
What are some of the advantages?
So maybe we
Alex,
I didn't hear the question.
was that a disadvantage or advantage? What?
Well, it can be an advantage and a disadvantage. So, talking about this and based on my own experiences in the past, dating people different cultures and different, races, it can be an advantage. So some of the advantages are language. You get to learn different language. You get to learn about different places. Uh, you get it. It's beautiful. It's exciting to see something new. Someone experience different foods. I think your segment talked about Guinea and the foods. I'll tell you a quick story. I was in Ivory Coast following the war, and I kind of started dating this girl. She couldn't speak a word English. I couldn't speak a word French, and we dated with already being able to communicate. But it wasn't any different from dating someone else, except for disadvantage that we couldn't really relate. So it can be a pro and a cons. It shows how much you love the person or how much you're ready to take that because you can think.
So, ladies, what are your views on that?
What was that, Rose?
No, I was just asking, what are your views after hearing Alex? He said that advantage can be you get to know other culture and different food, and disadvantage will be you leaving your family and going somewhere else. It's like almost you're a stranger. So, and then anything you want to add on, ladies?
Well, I say
For me,
sorry, go ahead, Eva.
For me, like my son's father, he's Black American, and he's a different kind of Black American. He is eats the meat, he eats the cassava leaf. He's migrated to basically Korean culture, and also for me, I've been here since I was 8, so I kind of knew the American culture. And I've dated some other people who, they've been Black Americans or whatever, and didn't have time for our food or didn't, want to do that crossover. They like me, but they didn't want to do that crossover. And sometimes that can be a hindrance of a disadvantage if the person doesn't take the time to understand your culture. So it can be a little bit tricky, and stuff like that. But other than that, I think there's some good advantages, especially when you cross cultures. Like if a Muslim or a person becomes Christian, or let's say I'm from here and then I marry a man from Japan or something like that. That's really bridging some through. But that's what I have to say.
Okay. Ivory, you want to say something?
I would just read.
Okay. So next,
I think it's that form of excitement to some advantage. Some advantages that it's a little exciting compared to what you're used to. You're pretty much stepping out of your norm to get to somewhere that's supposed to be uncomfortable but exciting. So I think people are surprised sometimes when they find out they have more fun with other cultures. I'm not saying that we don't have fun within our own, but sometimes there's excitement about it. So I think the advantage of it too is to get to know something other than what you currently know. The disadvantage would just be some difficulties that you may face that you may not be compatible in certain areas. And it's a teaching lesson too. Like you have to pretty much teach the person about your culture. Like, are you patient enough to teach them, or are you too sensitive that they don't know that you already know it? So sometimes it can be a disadvantage as well. But I think most of the time it's the excitement about just getting out of your norm.
Okay.
Yeah. No, she's absolutely correct. Again, if I can just chime in, there are some serious disadvantages, you know, because one thing is everyone thinks of their home as their home. I don't think someone would really want to go with me to Liberia 2-3 years from now. Maybe someone, a European person or a Caribbean person, and permanently live there, and when they have to have their whole upbringing in another country. And neither would I want to go and say, well, spend the rest of my life in maybe Haiti or, Canada or somewhere, So I think that is a serious disadvantage because, in fact, when you go to those places, like my ex-wife, British, so I had a chance to go to the UK and to live there, and I couldn't see myself living there. Period. No matter what, I just thought I was going to be lost. I'd rather would go back to Liberia or maybe some African countries. So that's a serious disadvantage, and if you don't have a strong enough love for that person, because every culture, every relationship, every race or whatever comes with their own nuances and their own religious practices and their own social acceptability and things like that. So it's not as easy as people think that, oh, I just love this person and and that's it. So I chose a beautiful Liberian woman, and that's basically for those reasons and more that I just think it's much easier if I transitioning back home 4 or 5 years from now. How do I want to raise my kids? Those are some of the things that I'm considering.
Okay. Going to the next topic. So there has been talk to conversation that some Liberian men feel that Liberian women are very reserved when it comes to sex. From your experiences, do you find this to be true? Is sex different with a Liberian woman versus a woman of other nationalities? Ladies, same question for you all.
Well,
It says, Alice, you're the only man on the show. You go first.
No, I think that is fine. My past relationships with Liberian female was just sexually, provocative as any other relationship. I think it might take up, and I think the guy has to do a lot of work in making her more comfortable, in order for her to loosen up, and then you can get all of those euphoria and all the, orgasm and all these different things. But it takes a longer time for Liberian, whereas for other girls, they're much more quicker.
Okay. I didn't expect to hear that answer.
Exactly.
That's the same answer.
No, I really didn't, because a lot of Liberian men say
I meet the wrong Liberian girls.
are boring and all they know is missionary position. Where? Who? No boo. I don't.
Period.
Yes.
Blank. I do not. Okay. I like chains and
I've met some reserved Liberian men. Very reserved.
So,
Yes.
ladies, what you guys think of? What you guys think about that? What is your
Well,
take?
I think this question should be a little differently, because I feel like some men prefer just certain position and they're not open to having conversation. So therefore, when you meet the woman that wants to experience her wild side, they will probably a little shy to show you her side, because you the man, you just are reserved about it. So I feel like when it comes to sex, we all have to be open and not be so reserved on having a sexual conversation. And you have to be able to talk to your partner so they can know your areas. That's another thing. We don't like to talk about sex. And I think it goes way back to our parents not really having those conversations with us. So therefore, when we get into a relationship, we don't feel like, oh, we need to talk
a whole nother show.
Yeah.
That is so true.
But that's the fact, because you want to think about why is it that we don't want to expose our other side, and that's why.
Right. So Hawa, I mean, so like I said, the guys that burn guys or whatever, you have to do a little more. Go to the sex store, get handcuffs, do those things, that will really get our female, comfortable, and she knows that, this is fun. Sex is great, I'm 43 years old, and I feel great because, as old as I am, I still, have all the energy, and I can run, I can, and I give you that. I would say maybe the sexual life, but it's good. It's healthy. It's healthy. It's very healthy psychologically, medically. You find somebody, but it has to be done with, you can't be with 3 people. That's the difficulties I think most men have. That they want to be with this person and that person. And I just think it's possible for you to truly connect with a woman intimately when you also connecting with another woman. So we're one at a time.
Well, can I say something? I think some people feel like sex is supposed to be clean. And no,
I cannot.
Sex is not to be clean. If you want clean, then I don't know what to tell you, but it's not supposed to be clean. It's dirty. It's a dirty act. You're supposed to get down and dirty. I feel like if you are too reserved to get down and dirty with me, I'm going to get down and dirty by my damn self. Okay.
I hear you, sis.
So my take on that, I hear a lot of Liberian men, talk about stuff like that. And one thing I say to them, like Alex said, you as a man have to be open enough. You have to have the conversation and to make the woman comfortable. And to my Liberian ladies out there, one thing I see people doing when they get married is get comfortable. And I think that's the wrong thing. I think you should be more out there doing crazy things, going to the sex store, getting toys and stuff like that. Because you always want to make your husband stay home and he's at work. He's thinking about what happened yesterday. You don't want him to be just sitting there and then when another girl passes, he's like looking at her, So always put up an act, always be excellent. For me, I love to be excellent. That's why I don't curve it. So when you're not a good man, I get away. Because when I'm there, I'm excellent.
Okay.
It's the excellence.
It's the excellence for me.
Oh, cool. She said that.
I heard it, sis.
Yes, ma'am. But can I
you want to talk about something? Go ahead.
Why people gotta discuss? Why you gotta have a conversation about sex? Why you can't just do it? You sit down and you have a conversation and y'all talk about what you like. No, you got to do it and find out what I like, and I find out what you like. I'm not
but you still need to communicate, because let's say, right, Iris, let's say that y'all keep practicing and the person keeps doing the wrong thing. Like they're supposed to do this and they're doing this. And how
you
tell them without talking?
Tell them during it.
I think doing it. If you tell them, it's gonna ruin the moment.
Move their hands certain places, legs.
Yeah, like
if you want the moment for you, then you really ain't into it. Like I'm sorry if I'm down there and I'm using my teeth. No, babe, stop. Too much teeth. Okay. I'll stop using my teeth.
So I can't do it. So maybe we should ask Alex. Alex, do you think it's appropriate that you were told that you're doing the wrong thing in the act of it, or do y'all have the conversation about it later on or beforehand?
I think everyone is different. That's a mistake that people make. Not because your ex-girlfriend, like it in the car and she like it rough, that means your next girlfriend gonna like it rough and pulling her hair and choking her like my best.
Exactly. I hear you.
Again, back to the topic about culture. Every culture have their style of what sex is and what romance is. So it's one of those things where I think you have to date to, understand the person, talk to them as much as possible, so you can get a sense. Not asking every detailed question, how you like it, but at least get a feel for the person, like what they like and how they approach certain things, and then be willing to learn. Because most times people go in a relationship and thinking, well, they're the best sex person, and their minds are closed. They think that, all right, I know everything, and I know the guys, be willing to learn. Let the woman show you her body, let her, communicate to you what it is that she likes, and that you'll be okay. You'll be okay.
Can I say something? We're talking about Liberian women being conservative, right? But I think we need to talk about some Liberian men. Okay,
that's what I was saying.
Liberian men that feel like some of them would rather go out there and deal with the nasty, thotty, whoever that would do it, that will bend over, break it, twist it around, and do whatever for them, right? But they come home, they want wifey to be proper because some of them are afraid. Let me tell you, right? Sometimes I'm speak for me. I was in a relationship with a guy that I like the strip club. I like going to the strip club and getting dirty in the strip club. And he thought it was a problem. I mean, like it became a problem. Anyway, he broke up with me, but that's besides the point, right? But it was an issue because he's like, oh my gosh, that's just too much and blah, 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 all this stuff. But I'm like, I bet you probably go somewhere else and get it from somebody else who do worse than me. But then y'all afraid because y'all feel like when y'all get your wife or y'all get a serious woman, y'all don't want that prize jewel to do something and you're like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe she's doing this. Or you start to wonder like, oh, where she learned that from? She been wanting to do it. You just don't want to. Okay? So y'all need to check yourself sometimes too, because some of y'all a little too reserved. Okay? It ain't just us.
So next question. Alex, are you single?
Ooh.
So the question. Hold on, Alex. It's not. I'm sorry. I'm gonna read the whole thing. So, are you single, Alex? If so, do you have a struggle deciding on whether to settle with a Liberian woman or someone of a different nationality? So, if you're single, what is the struggle? You have struggle and some stuff. What's going on?
I clarified earlier that my preference is a Liberian woman, or at least a black woman. Period.
Let's speak up. We can hear you.
Speak up.
No, I think I clarified earlier that my preference is a Liberian woman, or at least a black or African woman. Am I single? So at the moment, I am talking to this beautiful, amazing girl that I feel very connected to. And so I'll leave that. But we'll see what happens. Maybe that will be for another show.
So the question was, so you're not single. In a sense, you're still single.
Dating. He's dating.
You're not married. So
because
what are some of the struggle, that you go through when it comes to Liberian girl? Is that something you would struggle with to make a decision, or you say your preference is Liberian girl?
Yeah, this is my preference.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
But as far as dating and single, I would say right now I'm happily involved with a Liberian girl that I feel that's very special.
Liberian girl.
We'll see how I can say
He's exclusive with someone. He's exclusive. Mm-hmm.
Sure. Don't forget to invite us to the wedding. We want to be on a special seat, on a special table.
You get front seat to it.
Anyway. The next question, in your opinion, what are some strengths that you feel Liberian men or women possesses? Ladies and Alex, you can elaborate on that. Alex, what are some strengths? Yeah. What are some strengths in Liberian? No, the question was, what are some strengths you feel Liberian men or women?
If I can borrow from one of my best friends and a phrase that I like to me are the best, and there's no debate. And the reason I say that because I think Liberian women is a combination of strength, combination of mental toughness, the art, At the same time, they have a lot of passion in terms of when they love someone wholly. At least from my experience, they're willing to give and make the sacrifices. So I think those are very good things. I also think sometimes the expectations of Liberian women can be a little too off the cuff. That they have this dream. Once I find the right man, everything's going to be perfect, and the guy's going to be this. He's going to, and I think it just needs to be a little more realistic and live each day and build your relationship with the person, irrespective of all the other things. Forget who the person is, what who they are in society. Because all those things can come and go. Just try to get to know the person. What do they like? What amuses them? What upsets them? And once you learn those things, I think Liberian would be a good choice for anybody, because they're extremely good. The family are usually warm, and especially if they have kids, they kind of come in respectful. So those are some of the advantages and strengths that I see with that.
Ladies, anybody want to take on that?
What are some of our strengths? Is that the question?
Yeah.
For me, dating culture or dating, I think one of our is having an open mind. You cannot go into any relationship without an open mind. Your mind needs to be open. And I think we spend less time dating and getting to know somebody.
Yeah.
And then we just want to go to a heavy relationship to marriage. We don't spend enough time dating. Like what all of that you get to know in your dating so quickly that sometimes we skip that dating and getting to know each other part.
Right.
Okay, how are you saying something?
No. I agree with what Eva said. We just have to slow it down, get to know each other, and invest some time. We like to rush too much. Invest some time into each other. Learn the person. Sometimes that person may come from a totally different culture, but it may be something that you will end up liking. So get to know the person, learn the person, and enjoy it while you can. Because once you get married and start having children, you get a little busy.
It's a little tip. You want to try anything? You want to say something about that? Average, want to say something?
Well, I just, the question being, what are the strengths or weakness of Liberian women? I don't know why the categorization, because I feel like everybody's an individual, and my strength is not every Liberian woman's strength, and every Liberian woman's strength or weakness is not my weakness or strength. It's an individual thing, because where one may be strong, another may not be strong. So I just think it's an individual thing. So I mean, yes, we have cultural upbringings that might make us similar, but at the same time, we're still different. So I just think you should get to know a person for who they are. Like the people say, love has no color. Love shouldn't have any race. The gender part you and I can talk about. But at the end of the day, I feel like people should love who they want to love wherever you're from. And that's just that, because like everybody said in the beginning, it's advantages and disadvantages to getting to know someone, background and how they grew up and where they grew up. It's just about understanding each other. And that's it. God didn't put any of us on earth to have to be with somebody from Liberia. He didn't put you on earth when he put you down here. He said, you must marry Liberian man, you must marry Liberian woman. If y'all mesh, y'all mesh. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. I wanna just speak on that. Like you said, individual differences. Well, I noticed that one of the strength of like women, we are very strong. We go through so much. I watch, families. I watch women go through so much in this country, and all they do is just stay there. You see them and you look at them and say, how you do this? Because some Liberian men, they don't know how to love. Some of them very good at loving the girlfriend or the wife, but some of them just don't know how to love. And I think the reason because they are so distracted, So one of the strengths that I noticed around my family, my friends and stuff, I see that we are so strong, mentally we are super. Because if we wasn't super mentally, a lot of Liberian women would be going astray in this country.
Okay, Roski, you hold that thought, please. We have a caller online. Let's just see what the caller.
All right.
Say.
All right, let's folks. Go ahead, caller. Your name and where you're calling from. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Steve Bowman. I'm calling from Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay, Steve, Steve, go ahead.
I've been following the conversation here, and the first thing I like to say is I like to recognize the Liberian people as the most important people, but most importantly, I like to recognize the Liberian women as the most beautiful women on earth. That's what I believe. I don't know about other people. I just want to contribute. First of all, before I contribute, I want to say thanks to the ladies and the gentlemen that began in the studio today for educating us, informing us, and also, just empowering us in different ways. My contribution to this conversation is that I think there are three different aspects of people's lives that shift their desire for a relationship or in a relationship. Let's take for example, in these three different areas, I first of all, people's culture, society, and also the last part of it will also be maybe the religion or the social acquaintances. What do I mean by these three things? If I grew up in Liberia all my life, you expect me somehow to be, I don't want to use the word close-minded, but I have to use it in this context to say I won't be close-minded to some extent, not giving into other women or other things, even the fear might be there to come around other women. But in another context, if somebody grew up on their side of the word, the western side of the word, they'll probably be predisposed to different people, different cultures, and things like that. So while we're having these conversations, I think it's important for us to keep into mind and in context the cultural differences that have the influence to maybe speak to people's choices or their desire in relationships or how they want to approach people. Like for me personally, I prefer Liberian women. I don't care what you do. I don't care where you come from. I don't care who you are. I prefer Liberian women. I'm pro-Liberia, and that's where I stay, and that's where it's going to be. If my man Alex, the other people want to try other women, and Lofa Gila don't want to be other women, that's their business. I care about the Liberian women, and I will encourage all the Liberian men to be with Liberian women and be with black women. Point blank and clear. Thank you so much, and we'll continue to follow this conversation.
Thank you, Steve Bowen.
Thank you, Steve.
You must be with Liberian woman.
My name is easy to spell, so you would just call my name out. It's 4 letters. You can easily say Lofa. But anyway, that was the only call I had on the line, so I think I just go back and wait.
We lost Alex.
But we'd love to read some comments.
Yeah, let's read some comments.
And since I'm up here already, I'll contribute later.
All right. So I'll go to James Brown. James K. Brown. He says, any Liberian man that say our women don't do this and don't do that in bed, he is not into you. Trust me. A real man don't say things like that. He work with his woman to make her certified and keep the relationship going. That's from James K. Brown.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I love that.
Certified.
I love
yeah.
that.
And then another comment. Gil Queen, I love her. This is our top fan, y'all. Hi, honey.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.
Hey, girl.
Hi, girl. She said, it's not that Liberian men are not good in bed. We just wasn't raised on this topic. It's embarrassing to even talk about sex. That's what I was saying earlier. And then she also said that it is okay to date outside of our culture, but home is home. I learned that from my last relationship. Thank you, honey. We know we all have gone through the other side and it came back, but it's okay to stay there.
I like the other side too. No, I'm sorry.
I just want to say I'm sorry doing a show at 9:30, economic show, so most of the guests are already calling, so I apologize.
We can hear you, Alex.
We can. What did you say?
I said I have a show at 9:30 on economics with my organization, so that was why I had to take that short interruption.
Oh, it's okay. You're back. That all that matters.
So the last question. The last question, Mr. Alex Jones. So if you could give one advice to a Liberian man who is considering marrying or getting seriously involved with someone of another nationality, what would it be?
Fall in love for the right reason. That would be my one advice to anyone who wants to date outside of their culture, religion, race. If you fall in love because this guy is an Italian guy, you have and your life will be great, you make the biggest mistake of your life because you find out that beyond those things, you get to know the person. The person may be a nasty person, the person may be disrespectful. You don't know those things, so date the person for the right reason, and the right reason is that you really feel an attachment to that person. You really understand them, and it's somebody you can be with forever. You feel that you have, whether you have a lot in common or not, but you respect them, you admire them more than anybody else. So that would be what the right reason is, to love or date somebody because who that person is, not what they are.
Right. So I'm gonna piggyback off of Edic's. One thing I tell people that no matter where you go, no matter who you love, always pay attention. That is the most important thing. When you find a girl or you find a guy, put your all into it. Make it the best, even if it don't work out.
Right.
Always make a mark on someone, even if you guys don't stay together, but put that mark. Because like I said, they say first impression counts a lot. Don't go into something and just be there because you want to be there. Like he said, be with someone for the right reason. You may go with someone because you like the intelligence, you like the way to talk, you like the things to do. You guys are the same, but love the person. Always make yourself available. Always find time. Put your all, Liberian men. When you find a woman, even if she love billionaire, and if you give her attention and you pay attention and you love her, all those things changes. But Liberian women, when you find a man, pay attention. If you have to go watch some YouTube videos, if you have to go look at some reality shows, how to be sexy, how to carry yourself, do it. You're in a good place. You're in a very expose nation. Do it. Make sure you keep your man happy. Don't be passing around saying, "Oh, that this my man." No, you guys are what you are. He not you don't he don't belong. You don't own him. He's his own person. So both you guys have to work to continue to keep each other. So don't be reluctant. When you marry, stop that reluctancy. Stop wearing lapa in the house. Stop tying your hair. Stop,
Why can we stop wearing lapa?
I can wear lapa sexy, ma, believe me.
Rose, us, man, lapa fine. You hear that song?
You hear that song, Rose? You not singing a lapa? Lapa gave easy. Let me tell you something about lapa. Lapa gave easy access, babe.
Exactly.
That's how he's looking at you. But some men don't look at people like that. They feel like, oh, she just looking sometimes. My thing to this is love is a beautiful thing. Whenever you find someone you love, continue to give them your best and your all. Even if you break up, they will always remember that.
Love, relationship is hard, girl. It is hard work. All right. It is hard.
Keep working. You have to keep working.
Especially when you gotta go intercultural, it's like double times the work. That stuff is hard work. Sometimes that's why I just be giving up sometimes. I be like, okay, I'm tired. It's done.
Well, Alex, we know you have to go, so we don't want to keep you, but we do want to say to you, thank you for joining us. Yeah. Some people may ask why Alex. We know Alex very well, and we know Alex have data outside of his race, and he had conversation with us about it. So we knew that talking to him will actually make some people learn something a little bit. So we hope that you learn something a little bit. It is okay to step outside of the box. It is okay to date outside of your race. It's all about what you want and what you can build together. That's the most important. So, Alex, we want to say thank you for joining us today. We wish you best of luck in your current dating life. We have an invitation to see that girl and be at that wedding.
As the best friend, I will wear my coat suit and I will stick next to you.
Alex, you have anything to share before we let you go?
No, I was just saying thank you for having me. Like I said, you all are extraordinary Liberian women, and lots of respect to you guys. It's a pleasure coming, and anytime I can, I will be happy to get mine and learn too. So I watch the show a lot to learn what some of the things you guys like and talk about. And so it was a pleasure. I really enjoyed. And I wish I could stay and go on, but I'll be back hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex. Thank you all. We hope you all enjoyed this segment. Intercultural dating is everywhere now. So it is okay. Be open-minded. Get into it. And it's okay to stick with your own race as well, but it's okay to venture out a little bit. Just know what you want and stick with it. That's the most important part. So I'm going to read a quote of the day. It says, and this goes perfectly with what we're talking about. It says, we only regret the chances we did not take, the relationship we were afraid to have, and the decisions we waited too long to take. By Lewis Carroll. So you don't want to regret tomorrow that you miss out on that relationship with somebody because you couldn't understand what they were saying. Take the chance and get to know the person. Okay? All right.
Period.
Well, we want to thank everyone again for joining us. It's always a pleasure. We love the interactions. Sorry that we cannot take any more calls. We thank Steve Bower for calling in. Steve, we know you always watch and support us, and we appreciate you. Gio Queen, thank you, babe. We appreciate you. And everyone else, please keep watching every Friday, 7 p.m. We will be back next Friday, so join us. Next Friday discussion. Y'all want to be a part of this one. The 50-50 rules in a relationship. Now, what does that mean? Does he pay when y'all go out, or are y'all splitting that bill?
I ain't splitting nothing. You gonna pay.
You
So
gotta
think
call.
about that. You're sending that bill, or you paying 50-50 rule next week,
No.
Friday, 7 p.m. Here, please, if you have not yet added us on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, get on it, add us on there, and come on our Facebook page. Let's continue this conversation. I know a lot of people still have their input, so let's continue this conversation on our Facebook page. We thank you guys for watching today. We appreciate you. We learned a little bit, and I know that you guys learn as well. So thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I got a question though. Why was Jennifer a little quiet today?
I'll be back Friday. Yo, yeah, me talking. Love like coming from me, right?
But wait, Luca, we should have put you on the stand a little bit. Luca, what do you think about intercultural dating? Before we go. 2 seconds.
I asked him, he didn't want to come.
I think a lot about it because I'm just a technical guy in the background. I was enjoying and learning a lot about it. But honestly, I think one of you guys mentioned that it's just a matter of being open-minded. Keep it open. If that's the best way to go. If you set yourself a goal to achieve in any relationship, whether it's intercultural relationship or anything like that, you would just end up face down as a failure. Because some of us who have been in several other relationships outside of our Liberian community and in other culture, we know definitely how things are. So you see this beautiful woman and you think, God, she is all it is that you really want to get, you running after it. But then you're going with the mindset that she's going to be able to cook you cassava leaves and tabogi and all of that, not thinking that, you know what I'm saying? You're not thinking that, okay, it's gonna be time. And so I just say go into it with open mind, with the expectation that you both are going to have to educate each other. Look, this is what I like. This is what I don't like. And then y'all mentioned something about sex and everything in bed. If you coming in there with the expectation that she is supposed to just write it out for you to implement, I'm going to say to you, dude, then go back to high school and start practicing and come back over, because you're supposed to come with your A game and let it both be at that point where somebody can say, just a little bit further down, right there. No, up a little bit, right there. That kind of thing, right? You're not saying it's part. There's two things. Let me just say this. There are two different things when somebody says, "Stop! You're doing this wrong," as compared to up a little bit, down a little bit, right there. Yeah, down on the side. So, but anyway, I just want to say that that's the part of it. Just keep an open mind.
Who told you it was freaking Friday today?
It sure is.
This is why Lofa turned me down. He don't want to date me. It's okay. I understand. I can't go because I don't need that. No problem.
You know what, Evans? That is why you're the one that did it. You have the show, so that's good.
Yeah, but honestly, we appreciate you. We want to continue this discussion, so we will be responding to your comments on our page. We're going to respond to comments that was left on here today. Just let's engage in the conversation. Thank you for joining us. Okay, ladies, is that a wrap?
It's a wrap.
Friday. You want to know what you can pay for or not pay for?
For everything.
All right, y'all.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Hey, come on in. Welcome to Libtalks,
where we discuss all the issues, especially the tough ones.
Where does it happen? Live, of course.
Here on Across Africa's Facebook page and on Libtalks Facebook page.
Every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Miss the show? Watch it again on our YouTube channel, Libtalks.
Hello. My name is Miss Monet. I'm a neo-traditional artist from Mama Liberia. I showcase our Liberian culture and tradition to the rest of the world. And today, you are watching Across Africa TV network.